All right, and we're back, and today we are doing Mardini day 26. We kind of sped things up yesterday and the day before, and today's it's the collapsed is the prompt. So I'm thinking of doing some sort of fracture effect. I don't know if this is kind of some inspiration that I found, something like that maybe. But I was messing around with box here and pretty much just doing a Boolean fracture with these kind of mountain like grids, and then we're kind of copying them in different orientations, and then when we fracture everything, it cuts everything together. You can't really see it, there's no lines. So here's the pieces. And then this is kind of what we got. And then in here, I'm just doing a remesh. Not sure if this is the right way to do it, but I kind of just wanted a lower res to simulate. And then I have mops here. And I could do this, right? And then right here, I have a little wrangle that just says whatever's active equals mops. And then when we plug the bullet solver in there, it should work right away. So it's actually doing the opposite. So let's flip it. So the white areas will be the ones that will be active. So you see those pieces fell right there. And then I'm doing a transform pieces, getting the high res geometry and coloring it the outside or the inside, can't remember. Yeah, the outside is gray and the inside is the darker gray. And kind of like this is what it looks like with the high res. So all we're doing is getting the points from our low res sim and then using those pieces right there. So yeah, this was just kind of like a test to see if it was gonna work. And what I want to do is maybe either a floor, or maybe I was gonna grab like a face and then use mops and maybe like some forces to kind of pull the pieces apart. Just realized the camera was probably covering some of this stuff here. All right, so then let's see what we can do here. I just kind of was messing with this test geometry, and maybe we can use this guy and a little bit of sculpting to kind of change the face a bit. Yeah, not really gonna go into any detail with the modeling or anything. We could probably just leave it like that. And So if we were to do that kind of same setup, it would be getting the scatter from the sculpt. We could lower the amount, and then we'll do the Boolean fracture and the cutting surfaces. So the first input is this is the wrong one. So it's both of them are geometry. So we gotta put the geometry, and then right here we'll do a copy to points. I could just copy what I did here. It's just a grid and a mountain. Okay. And it looks like it's already kind of oriented in different ways, so we can see what that looks like. We can lower the amount as well. But if we did want to add the attribute randomize for the orient, we can just put it in here. Then that way we can go around and pick different planes in there. So then we connect this here and we wait. And probably our cutting planes are too big, so we can scale this down, or we can scale the model up as well. I think we should probably scale this down to like 1 and 1. Point 0.6 and 0.6. And with an exploded view, you can see should be able to see the pieces. Oh, or not. Oh, you know what? It could be because it's kind of open in the bottom. So what we can do, maybe do a clip node. Might work. And then fill. Will that work? Okay, so that kind of did the trick there. We can also kind of rotate it a bit. Okay, so now we have the head, and then should be able to see the pieces now. Okay. Yep, so it's working good. I think I want to fracture it even more. And instead of adding so much, let's see. I'm just thinking maybe we lower the resolution. And then what if we were to bring this into a for each loop? Do another, can probably do another setup like this. So I'll grab this. I've never done this, but let's see if it works. We'll connect that here. We'll get scatters in different areas. Then we get the geometry. Connected here. I think it has a lot of pieces. Let's actually connect this here. So it looks like we're outside of, yeah, it's like 48 for each one. So okay, so let's we can add more. Now if we check the exploded view, let's see. We got like even smaller. It's kind of going all over the place. I wonder if it's gonna simulate good or not. Let's bring in our little setup here we did earlier. Let me put this on manual. So we can connect these two and just add a null. We probably won't need to remesh it. Yeah, that might be too much, like too dense. So we could probably simplify the setup, and instead we can do a, let's delete this stuff here. So we have this here. We'll probably add some more resolution, but do a Voronoi fracture. Okay, let's try it again. That looks pretty funny. Yeah, something odd there. Let's move the... There you go, his face collapsed pretty much. But these pieces are getting stuck here. And I'm not sure why it's doing this. This is probably not the way you'd want to do things here. Because if we remove that, then it's like the whole thing actually works. Yeah, let's up the cuts. Let me add less. $50 cuts. Okay, that worked. All right, let's simulate it. And that's probably like as far as I want. I probably don't even want like that much. Like maybe frame 2. I don't know. Because if that's the case, we can probably just use mops itself and do like a transform. Okay. Mops fall off. There's something up with the viewport. Oh, we gotta convert these. We can just do a pack. So let's remove this. You could do like a mops convert or just pack them here. That should work. This is just a regular box setup we did earlier. Actually, like how high resolution the pieces are here. So I might just add some more, but I'm gonna reduce the amount. So like 25, and then I can add more resolution to the cutting planes. So like maybe like 150. So now we could take a look. Exploded view is just the easiest way to kind of see the inside. So this is still like a lot of pieces. So we can maybe put 15. Okay, that's better. And then we'll add more resolution here. I think I want more resolution. Let's try 500 by 500. Is it because our grid is big? Yeah, our grid is actually pretty big, I would say. Maybe we put 0.4. There it is. I think that's enough resolution. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have our planes there. Mops fall off. We can see the pieces there, and let's remove the template. Okay, so now we can see better. So yeah, this is kind of what it does. It's kind of like a MoGraph in Cinema 4D. But you know, I find it much more easier to use here in Houdini. It's just really good to do blur, like masks, like animated mask, and then being able to grab those points or whatever packed primitives is connected to it, and then scale it, transform it. Could do something like that. Might be interesting. So we could do this and then get an exploded view. So it kind of just pushes it forward. Let's see, mobs randomize. Orientation. And we could lower the amount. It's a little excessive. Let's do 45 and then negative 45 by let's put a light in here. And then one thing we could do, we can make it like a, make it look like a sculpture. So we can grab the points. So we can go and do an add here. Actually, down here. And delete the geometry, but keep the points. And then we'll do an attribute wrangle. I at ID is equal to at pt num. Do another I here. And then we'll duplicate these two. Transform this down on Y. Then we'll merge those two. And we'll do another add. And instead we're gonna go to polygons by group, by attribute ID. Then we get the lines. We could do a poly wire. Right, and then it's kind of like that's what's holding it up. Maybe. And we could do a bound right here to get the size of it. We can transform them. 0.1. We'll do a size match or a match size, and just put the X and Z to none, and then the Y to min. And then in here, or actually we'll do Y to min here, and then we'll do max here. So it's kind of like a, that's what I was thinking with a sculpture. So if we were to change the distance of this, you know, the whole thing changes with it. It could be like even more crazy. The only thing is that there's a piece down here that's kind of pushing it down, so that's, we just gotta make sure we don't hit that limit, or we just need to move everything back up. So let's go back and take a look at what this looks like. The other thing, if we didn't want to like explode the view in all the directions, we could just go into the exploded view. Where is it? Right here, and change it so it's only like on a certain axis. So we can remove X, so then it's like everything's kind of thin. And then we'll match size everything back up. So, you know, it's above the zero plane. Hey man, how's it going? Moneymation toots. Is there a way to transfer animation back onto Frozen Geo? You could do it with so you need to get the points first. Like the animation needs to be like with points. Like if you're thinking about pieces, like broken pieces, but if you have you could do a point deform also, or I think it's a surface deform. So you could have animated object, and then you can have your non-animated object follow that other one. So you could have a frozen geo, like you're saying, and then something that's animated, and then adapt that motion to it, kind of, with the point manipulation. But if it's fractured pieces, there's this node here called transform pieces, and all you need to do is bring in the points, the template points, and the actual high-res geometry, and that should be good. Try the, I think there's a surface, try the surface deform. Try that one, see if that one would work. So yeah, for the single animated one, I think give it a try. I know you did point deform. Try the surface deform, see if that works. If not, if it's is it static or deformed, or do you just need it to attach to an object? So I'm kind of liking how this is coming out. Oh, it's an animated book. But the book is already rigged? Like it opens up and the pages flip? Or is that the part you want to do? Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, try the surface deform, see if that works. I'm not sure how your project is, so usually it's a lot of troubleshooting in Houdini. Let's go and create a camera. Let's pick the camera. Kind of like the isometric view. We'll put like 120. All right. You froze the book and then opening and animated the mask growth on the part, and it wasn't transferring. Okay. I've seen some book rigs that like the part of the pages is like a curve, and it's like a resampled curve, and then those points are actually instancing the planes. So then you can use kind of like something with curves to be, so when you open it, like the curve follows and then you could use a curve mask to push the points from left to right closer to the point, one or one end to the other, so it looks like the pages are flipping. I don't know if that's kind of a setup that you have, or there's just so many ways of doing it. No problem. I'm gonna put like a texture on the floor. We'll do a USD material. Let me stop this render. Don't want it to crash or anything. Bring that one in here. I'm just using like Grayscale Gorilla textures. Figure that's the quickest way to do it right now. We'll leave that one like that, and then I need something for the base. Like a concrete. I might need to add UVs to the bounding box thing we did. So let's go and just add some quick UVs. We could just use the Labs auto UVs. And we're gonna need more lighting. Let's do a dome light. Just get the texture here. All right, let's see how we can finish this one up. Let's add another material. Okay, let's add a material to the lines. So we'll get a group here and we'll put in lines, and then we'll put here, I think that's the skull or the head. Okay, that should be okay. We go to SOP create, go to import from SOPs, import data, subset groups, add those two groups in there, and let's get the scene graph here, and we'll get our groups. So these are the lines. It's kind of hard to tell, they're really thin. And yeah, we have a ton of stuff here. We could probably just add one of these and then put a star on it. And then I'll get a concrete. Okay, let's add the concrete. So this one's gonna be pretty simple. I'm gonna finish this and then close out the stream at 10, and then I'm gonna start the other one for that's called talk, and that one I'll spend a little bit more time, maybe. We'll see. And let's just make the lines a bit thicker here. What if we were to make like translucent maybe? So that one was the gold. We can just remove all this and that looks okay. Metal. All right, let's add another area light. Maybe that's what we're missing. getting kind of messy with all these UI lights in there. Okay. Let's add a, right here, let's do a poly bevel. Oh, not like that. Let's go back. All right, let's turn off this. Yeah, I think I like it like this better. The dome kind of does too much. Okay, and then I guess the other thing I might want to do is push this a little bit higher, the head itself. No, I think that's gonna ruin our look. Let's bring this back to a smaller size and we'll finish it here. Okay, I'm gonna render this. Was it day 26? Collapse. And we'll put in the camera. We'll do 2500. Okay. Render. We'll open up a cop network. We'll do a ROP. ROP image. We'll do a chromatic displacement. Let's do a HSV adjust, kind of working backwards here. So when the image renders, I can put it together. And contrast. Let's do bright. Okay, and I finished. So let's go up. All right, let's go to composite view. All right, we're looking at the last one, but let's look here. What happened to my view? Did I press yeah, press shift by mistake. I keep pressing shift and drag and it messes up my whole thing. Okay, just middle mouse drag. All right, so then we're doing just some contrast or brightness, I should say. And we're not seeing it here. There it is. Some contrast. I don't know if we'll need HSV adjust, but or maybe like, so it's not so red. And we'll do chromatic displacement, but that's way too much. We'll look at an edge here. and just start lowering it. So it's like very little, like that. And we'll top it off with just a quick glow for the white parts there. Oh no, that's too much. Okay, so around those areas, and we could put the chromatic displacement after brightness, lower it. Just a little bit of haze there. Okay. And we're at 59 PNG. We're here. And we will put JL day 26 collapsed final. Render that. And we'll take a look at the final. Yep, and this is the final for collapsed for Mardini day 26. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am going to jump on another live now. I just kind of want these videos to be separate. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you want to see the other one, it's going to be Mardini day 27th. It's going to be talk. So that's going to be interesting. All right. Thank you guys. And I'll see you in like a minute or two.